we still have that I talked about at the Lunch and Learn back in February is the trust funds for earnest money and everything. So that's through Maris. There's a link, and if anybody does want us to send out the instructions that we have, we could send out the instructions that we have for trust funds as well. That trust funds is something offered through Maris for everybody's earnest money. That's all handled electronically and securely. From what I've seen and heard from agents that, of course, do have access to Maris, I do not, but they say that their clients did feel safe using it, and that there is a secret password that they create between the two of them. So nobody else knows that information besides them to be able to upload it. And it makes it a little bit safer for everybody, that you're not meeting them after hours or dropping it off through a Dropbox or anything like that, where anything could be lost. And then it's easier for the lenders and stuff to even track it on which account it came out of and who it is, to verify their earnest money funds. So another thing that we have is on our website, and we could give you the link for our website. It's us-title.com, and we have a whole bunch of cool tools on there. And I could let one of our marketing teams talk about that. We have moving kits. We also have the tools for our calculator. So when you do meet people and they want to know approximately how much it's going to cost to close, that's all on there, that they're able to put in their purchase price and stuff on there, and be able to do that. We could also do now what they call RON closings, remote online closings. And the cool part about that is I've done one here in Franklin County, and it was actually 3 sisters selling their mom's property. And it worked out really neat because one was in Kansas City, one was in Joplin, and then one was here locally, but they were all able to do it, and they were able to set it up on their own time. So one did it earlier in the morning, one did it in the evening once her grandson was able to come over and help her with the computer, because she didn't quite know how to do it. And nobody was rushed. You know, we sent it out a couple days before, and nobody was in a hurry to get there. They do have to have a valid driver's license that they were able to, you know, take a screenshot to and go through those documents. And currently with Missouri, it's a little bit behind on the electronic notarizations. We have applied to get electronically sworn in for notaries, but with the state being still shut down, hopefully this week we'll hear back more on that. But we have a whole bunch of cool things, that platforms and stuff that we could use, that again is secured, and they like the flexibility of being able to do it on their own time without having to take off work, without having to worry about what the kids are doing, that they can do it even after the kids go to sleep and everything. Another thing that we're doing is still the curbside closings, and I don't think we're going to give that up quite yet. I know everything's starting to open back up, but where we've had people just staying in their cars, we bring them the paperwork out to their cars and get everything signed from the car. We also send the documents out prior to them arriving, so they could see what they're signing. A lot of the lenders have been on board with that as well, that they're able to still go over the paperwork the day before. And I saw that Guild, I know, I don't know if Ryan or Kelly or Kevin's on here, but they've started their portal with online stuff, along with USA Mortgage, where the buyers will get part of their package even before coming to closing, to be able to electronically sign, just like the contracts, with now you guys having the abilities to DocuSign. It's very similar to that. And then US Title's also offering some workshops coming up, some classes on different things. And I know last week, I don't know if any of you got on or not with any of our workshops that we were offering with the online closings. This week, Amanda Peterson, tell me again what this week's on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday at 12:30 we have Trello drill down. So Trello is an app, and you can do it on the computer too, that you can really do a lot of like project management stuff for yourself, or you can share like what exactly the closing is with your clients and stuff like that. It's actually a really cool app. So
yeah, and then that's on Wednesdays. Is it every Wednesday that we're trying to offer some type of class, or just random on any topics that anybody wants to see?
So we've got a few scheduled for Wednesdays, and we can email everybody and let them know exactly what our schedule is coming up. But we've got Trello Drill Down, we've got safety for real estate agents coming up. Last week we just had for winning first impressions. So we've got a lot of different stuff for everybody. And we're trying to keep everybody educated and in the know and all that. So, and they're all virtual on Wednesdays right now.
Yeah, super cool, super cool. I've heard good feedback about that. And then on our, like I said, our website has a lot of stuff, and then there's also several apps that could help with pricing for those buyers and everything, and you could always call in. And I wanted to get feedback on how everybody else is doing with a lot of stuff being closed down. Have you guys been doing a lot more DocuSigns on contracts and doing people remote meetings and FaceTime meetings and stuff like that?
Yeah, Amy, DocuSign, of course, has been huge, or .loop, whatever the companies might use.
Yeah.
I mean, we've used it in the past numerous times, but now it almost seems a necessity to have it. So yeah, we've been using, I personally myself been using it probably 90% of the time.
Yeah, because I definitely see that a lot more coming in, and I don't know if this just helped push it to be able to get more of the .loop and DocuSign people familiar with it, but it also protects the clients that are worried about it. You know, I feel for you guys as agents that you're still going out and having to meet people and go through houses that you don't know, if anybody was in that house that had it or anything like that. So I definitely feel for you. And then the tools with the calculators and stuff on our website. Do you guys get a lot of questions with people asking for pricings up front? Yeah. Amanda, is there any questions on Facebook that anybody wants us to answer?
I just have a few. What's been your biggest struggle during this time?
I would say my biggest struggle personally is balancing the whole leap to technology for me. I'm not super techie, and balancing still the work and home life. 2 kids in school that again, school jumped into techiness to where I couldn't even help my 7th grader get on his first Zoom meeting for PE. I'm like, PE, really? You need Zoom for PE? Come on. You don't need Zoom for PE. So, but he's had like 3 meetings a day on Zoom, and he absolutely loves it. And then there's even smaller groups that he's had where, they meet to talk over a book that they had for language arts or anything like that. So I think it's definitely got me a little bit more techie and a little bit more aware of my surroundings, like going to the store. Oh my gosh, there's somebody that just sneezed. Oh my gosh, I hope they're not sick, but yeah.
For me, it's a great excuse to not take the kids to the store. Oh, sorry, you can't go.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I told them, oh, nope, they were sold out. Sorry. No, you're not getting Frosted Flakes. You're getting this instead. Sorry.
Something else, what habits have you adopted during this time that you plan on keeping and you find they're actually working better than what you have before?
I really, like I said, I've only done the one closing, which was the Ron closing. I really think that that's going to help people to have the flexibility in their life to be able to sign those documents for sure on that, to be able to do it during the kids' nap time, or do it after the kids go to bed, or do it, when they have somebody family-wise there to help them with technology, because yeah, that made them feel a lot safer on what they were signing than meeting me in the parking lot or anything like that. And Kayla, what do you think? What have you done?
So I definitely agree that the Ron closings are, going to help. And it doesn't take away from us having to do the closing. I mean, we're still there to answer any questions that you may have. It's just, beneficial to know that if you have several sellers or buyers, they all don't have the same time frame. So most certainly it would help out And of course, if there was any questions, we'd still be there to help out. You know, we're in the year 2020. Everything is becoming quite technical, doing stuff over the phone, etc. I mean, we're going to have those few that don't have that capability, which will still be there to do your closing and get your papers out of town if need be. But, you know, I have to agree with Amy that, you know, the RON closings, I feel like are, you know, going to progress. So I think that's something that we're gonna, you know, want to keep our eye on, most certainly.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that you absolutely hate about this that you will be glad when we get back to in person and regular life, if that ever happens? I'm optimistic.
Well, I know you talked about it on the other one, but all the emails. There's definitely a lot more emails now than there ever has been before. That it takes, for example, Monday mornings. It takes me. It feels like till lunch to just read the emails, and then you got to go back and follow up on what needs to be done. But I think that's going to be a learning curve too on how you prioritize and how you get everything done, for sure. And
Yeah,
I think I would with everybody's feedback on that, on what even the realtors and lenders are saying to that. Anybody else want to comment to that question?
I'll comment to that question. So this is Kelly Meyer. I'm obviously with the U.S. title team, and I just think that people are just going to take on working in a different fashion, and we're a little delayed on some things that are going to sell, and that some people are going to list. They're delayed, but we have not slowed down. We have not slowed down. And this is helping us work smarter, being agile. You know, we got the no contact curbside closings. You know, you got our closers, our superheroes are walking them through the whole thing. So they're spending more time. It's taking a little longer for them, you know, more time to walk people through what's going to happen, the process. But, you know, it's providing a service and also some safety that's just so important to people. So some of that will stay. We have, you know, we're also on the marketing side, we're helping agents, you know, figure out some things like trust funds or how to change your Zoom background. You know, you have your Zoom background up there. And so we're helping them, we're actually creating Zoom backgrounds for them and helping them, you know, work smarter so they can have, you know, a smoother transition into this new world. So, but that's all I just want to say. These guys are great. I appreciate everyone and this time. It's nice to be here.
Yeah. I think that these, like you said before, Amy, our Zoom itself has really helped get people from outlying areas, or, you know, anybody that has questions that can't leave the house or get out of the office or something. These make it so much easier. And I feel like that's one thing that I want to move forward with too, is being able to touch everybody versus just who can make it, you know, to a classroom setting or a lunch or whatever. They're pretty fun, so, and easy. All right, does anybody have anything else? Any questions for US Title? I haven't had anything come across Facebook. We've had about 10 or 15 at one point viewers, so.
Oh, Stephen Flannery's waving. I don't know if he's waving at another car.
No. I'm not waving at another car.
Okay.
But, no, that's, I can speak from, you know, the agent broker kind of standpoint. A lot of the tools that we've been using have been going electronically for the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more DocuSign and you know, electronic whatever's. I've used trust funds. I've had good success with it. My clients have enjoyed it. It's been real easy to do. I think what this COVID-19 pandemic is going to do is it's just going to push more of these tools into the mainstream. I know there's been holdouts on wanting to get on with technology and wanting to use e-documents and wanting to use e-earnest money. But this is just going to be a catalyst to continue with those tools, and I think it's a positive thing. I mean, I like the face-to-face, but you know, there's been times, and you guys have done great work in the past, you know, but we've had to FedEx stuff overnight to people and then get it back for closing. And then, you know, that's just a pain in the butt. Hopefully the state will sign into law the two e-notary bills that came out of the House and Senate. And then that will make things more permanent. Right now, with you guys operating under the special executive order, I mean, that's only a temporary thing. So by the time you guys get certified, it could no longer be valid.
Correct. And that's what I think the state's holding out to see, because I'm sure they were inundated by all the notaries to try and do it to where it's, okay, is it only going to be good for another couple of weeks and then be done? Well, they'll drag their feet for a couple of weeks and not do it. So the RON closing that I did do, the clients used a notary out of Texas, because Texas is set up, and it was just that was just the notary. And there's several other states that I've seen throughout other offices of U.S. Title that they've had. We've had New York and California and Colorado, I think too. I saw in one of them that it was set up, and we're not eliminating the old way of doing things. You know, they're still able to come in for closings. They're still able to drop off their earnest money checks and stuff. But I do agree with you, Steve, that it's going to push people more to be more techie and more savvy on that line.
Well, and if I may also add to the e-notary, I mean, some Amanda knows, and some of the other folks, I don't even know who's on here because I'm not paying attention, but some of the folks on here may not know, and they may know. You know, we as realtors, as a state association and representatives from the local association, I mean, we are pushing and lobbying our legislators to pass the e-notary bills, and we have for the last 2 years at least. You know, because it's there's a demand for it in the market. The technology is there to do it. And so we continue to champion those things. Hopefully we'll be successful. Again, I think this whole situation is going to add more weight to why the state should pass it. But right now they're inundated with budget talks and playing catch up. But we do advocate for things like this. And I know your industry does as well.
Well, we appreciate that, because we're having struggles with even the platforms that are approved. They're not really wanting to do a full run because they're like, this is permanent. We don't want to invest in that happening. So it didn't benefit us. The little move that they made didn't benefit our industry. You know, it really didn't. And the way it was written too, kind of hindered us in a sense where we could not use it. You know, there's other states, I think it was Minnesota or something, the way it was written for them, it was easier. So just challenging. It's a step, and maybe, like you said, hopefully, Stephen, it'll get pushed soon, you know, faster, and implement it sooner than later.
Well, you know, and I think if we take the positive from it is, you know, yeah, it wasn't perfect with the executive order, but it was a step in the right direction. It was definitely an icebreaker. And now it can be used to develop on even further. So,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then Kelly, how many states are already approved for electronic? I mean, it was well over half of the states, and that's why we were able to do it. Wasn't it 30 or 40 states? I mean, it was a high number.
Yeah, and Stephen can probably speak to that too, because it sounds like he's involved in that. So I hope that, like you said, the small step taken will turn into, you know, a quicker step to what needs to happen. It would be great. Really great.
Yeah, we did one also that we set up. Kayla tried to set up a marital waiver, because that's always walking on eggshells when you have a pending divorce situation where, you know, he said, she said stories. Gotta love those. And it was, okay, well, we'll set it up that he doesn't even have to come into closing. He could set it up and do it on his own time, because of course he's not going to, you know, take off work to help you buy your next house or anything like that. And it worked out great in that situation too, that we were able to offer that option, so there was less conflict and less excuses that, you know, that he couldn't do. And even powers of attorneys, I think that'll be coming more effective as well. We've had a couple of powers of attorneys that have been used this last couple months with people being in nursing homes or having the compromised immune systems and stuff that they didn't want to be able to, you know, come to closing, that they wanted to appoint somebody else. And I think that'll be used as well in the future. For sure.
All right, guys. Anything else? Any questions? SF3, anything else?
All right. Well, if you guys come up with any other ideas that you want us to talk about or any other marketing things, just remember our website has a lot of information on it too, as far as the tools. And Kelly here did post on the group chat the logo for the trust funds, and we're more than happy to coach you through it too on your next deal if you need assistance with how to get that all set up and everything.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Amy, and all of you guys from US Title. I really appreciate you taking the time to answer any questions and just go over everything. And hopefully we'll get to do this again.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.